Hello, hello, hello. It is Capricorntigress, Adrienne over at astrologylookinsight.com, and I'm back. I'm back. I am not deterred that easily. I will not go quietly into the night. I will survive, for today is my Independence Day. Today, the new moon and sun were at 12 degrees of Sagittarius in my 11th house of friendships and wanting to come and do things like make these videos. So I was so upset when something happened, and I don't know if I was being hacked or whatever, but my computer was like, screw you. And it pretty much just shut down, and I had to start it over. So what I decided to do, you're probably seeing this live somewhere, but I have to tell you, I'm actually recording it because I want to make sure this time that what I got to say, I get to say. There's nothing more frustrating than being in the middle of a show 20 minutes in and then losing everything that you had to say. So look, I'm not going to talk about anything except this new moon and the readings I do. There'll be new moon readings because it is the new moon in Sagittarius, and it happened at 12 degrees of Sagittarius on December 4th of 2021. And it's still technically December 4th here. It's 8:48 on a Saturday night. And I love doing this for you guys. You know that. So I don't mind doing these. So I'm glad to come back to do them. And so you know, normally I talk about where all the planets are. But I have not even opened up Chrome or Google or anything yet, because I don't want the same thing to happen. I want to have your undivided attention. So, I mean, yeah, I might be making a lot of noise in the background and all that stuff, but I mean, pretty much it's just me and you right now. And I want to talk about how this new moon might affect you over the next few weeks. And really, you know, we're looking at a major event. This is a culmination, or one of the, well, it is the culminating solar eclipse of a massive eclipse pattern that we've had over the last year or so. And I think December 19th, it all culminates with the full moon in Gemini. How creative is that we're going to have it end with the full moon in Gemini? But right now we're dealing with this new moon. And I love that the new moon was in Sagittarius and that it is a solar eclipse as well. It's giving us a chance to release and restart and reapply ourselves and relearn, re-experience. There's just so much renewal that's happening right now. And it may have been that you felt it yesterday strongest, or it may be that you felt it on the 4th today strongest, earlier today. It may be that you even feel it strongest tomorrow. But it is a very strong influence because of the lunar eclipse that's sitting on this new moon in Sagittarius at 12 degrees. So think for a moment, where is 12 degrees of Sagittarius in your chart? Think about that for a moment. Now, I know for myself, it's in my natal 11th house. And it's in my progressed 9th house. And it's in my Let me make sure. Yeah, it would be in my 9th house. And in Seattle, it's in my 1st house. Right here in Seattle. So it's a very major new moon. Now, I can tell you as someone, and also if I was a Vedic astrologer doing Indian astrology, I would be a Sagittarius, according to Vedic astrology, and not a Capricorn, although I'm born January 5th. I don't know how that works, but that's Vedic astrology. And so that would be very interesting. Anyway, here in Seattle, it's in my 1st house, and I can honestly say that I cried several times today. Not in a bad way, though. Like, okay, one of the things that was crazy, I had found Ashanti's performance from the BET Awards. And anyone who's been following Ashanti lately knows that she has become the diva queen that we all dreamed that she would one day become. She is fierce from head to toe. She's dating Flo Rida. She just got like something like Soul Woman of the Year award from somewhere. She is just killing it. And her performance on BET was flawless. 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 It was perfection in life, okay? It was perfect. Perfect. Her voice sounded perfect. Her body, perfect. Her hair and face, perfect. Just the quality of her sound, perfect. Everything, perfect. Beautiful. And I got goosebumps. You ever get like so happy for someone else? I don't know if I'm the only person that does this. I know I'm not the only empath out here, but I know for me, I do. I'll get really excited for someone else because I realize they're living out their joy and they're living out their dream and that they hit a pinnacle and it's beautiful. And I'll start to cry because when someone is like riding that wave, it's so beautiful. I posted in a group by admin, like, do you clap for your sisters? Do you clap for other women? Do you clap for other people who are in the struggle with us? Like, there's a couple of women I see climbing. Like, I know we all started out the gate somewhere around each other, but some of my sisters are climbing. I'm seeing them all over the place. And I just want to mention that Moi has been chosen to be in the top 500 of Brains magazine this year. So I'm doing something, even when I'm not doing something. So that's funny, right? But some of the women, I mean, they're just killing it. It's beautiful. And I get goosebumps when I see some of these women do what they're doing. Because I know what it takes to do what they're doing. I've been at this for years now. Up early in the mornings and late at night and doing things and multiple projects. And it just, every detail takes so much out of us. So when I see someone really at the top of their game and they mastered their game to that level, oh, I get tears. The goosebumps come. It's a beautiful expression of their passion and their joy and their perfection of their art. And it's gorgeous. It's gorgeousness. And I have to admit, I cried several times. I watched Ashanti, I think 5 or 6 times. That's how much that girl touched my heart. It was so beautiful. Because, like, I had posted somewhere, Ashanti's the girl that everybody gave up on. The industry gave up on her. You know, her man lied to her, cheated on her, treated her like dirt. She's the girl that people thought was down and out, was never coming back. And she didn't just come back, she came back perfected. Okay, it's beautiful. So some people, when they get to that level of their game, and I see it, and I feel it, and it feels so magical, I get teary-eyed. I literally clap. Sometimes I'll get up and cheer. Like, I don't know if other people do that, but I can tell you that the moon and sun in Sagittarius would definitely inspire that, because Sagittarius is very competitive. They love seeing winners. You know, Sagittarius are usually cheerleaders. I don't know if you know that. They are that particular sign. They root for other people. They have joy and happiness, and they instill that in other people. And they get excited when other people win. They want to see other people win because they like excellence, and they like winners, and they like competition. And this was a Sagittarius day if there was none other, right? And I felt it several times. And I think the other time I cried, I think it was also something equally as uplifting and positive. It was something good. I saw several people that I care about doing very well today, and that touched me. And there's just several things that make me happy. Sometimes I think I thought about my daughter and how far she's come, and you know, how she's being honored as well, and that made me cry. There's so many different little things. My gratefulness, I'm so grateful for my business, for what I do, for the options and opportunities I have available to me. I'm so inspired, and I'm so grateful. And I'm not sure if I'm at the top of my game, because we all live through our own life, and we can't see what we're doing because we're in our own struggle, right? But I know that I keep coming back and keep doing what I keep doing, and I know it's going to lead to something, and that is inspiring me. Like, when I look back on what I've accomplished, I gotten some message from Spotify, and it talked about how my podcast is in 33 countries. I had no idea. I just do what I do. And that's all I do. I don't think about things like I'm in 33 countries. How nice. So things like that. So anyway, I just wanted to mention this because this is what the moon in Sagittarius does. Sagittarius is really known for their pursuit of excellence. Normally, it's a pursuit of excellence in education. It's known as the education sign, and it often rules things like politics and legal things and religion and the police work that happens, travel, big business, big publishing, all the big, higher money-making, wealth-making activities. That's what Sagittarius is about. It's about having that ultimate knowledge, that inner knowledge, and being good at things like philosophy and sociology and psychology and all the different questions of the universe, right? Sagittarius has the knowledge to answer those questions. That's what Sagittarius does. So this has been a very interesting day because there was so much Sagittarius, and I think it was definitely supported with a sextile to Saturn. But I think it had some other things. I'm not looking at the planet, so I don't want to start going on at the aspects since I'm not looking at them. But we know without a doubt, I think Mercury might have been with them, but we know for sure the sun and the moon were there, and I believe Mercury was there as well. And so it's been a very unique day, a really good day to look at the bigger picture. And isn't that so Sagittarius? To really stop and see the bigger picture and not get so caught up in our own little minute details of life and the things that we worry about on a daily basis, but to see how big and vast it all can be, and what can be achieved when you master your game, when you perfect your passion. What can you achieve, right? What can you strive for? And I think this is a great restart. This is a great day to restart on that journey of mastering that one thing that just lights your soul and your spirit from deep within. That's the beauty, right? That's the beauty. And so whenever you are just given that opportunity to experience that, to really be at the top of your game, the master of your game, to really either learn or teach or just understand the mysteries of the universe, by all means, over the next 2 weeks for sure, go for that. Go toward that type of perfection. And don't hold back. Don't hold back. This is not the time to hold back. Even though today I felt restricted, and that's because it was a solar eclipse, I felt a certain restriction. I didn't really want to get up and do things. I had to go out and get a package from Amazon, but I didn't really do anything fancy to my hair or my clothes or makeup or anything like that. It was just a lazy, hazy day, just spending time doing what I really wanted to do. And also making dreams and plans of something bigger, right? Something that I want that's bigger. So I hope that that's how you have incorporated this. So I just will go quickly over certain things, right? Let me just make sure I got this right. And then I'll tell you what I'm doing. Hold on, let me cut the music up. Hold on. Okay, you guys, I am back. So sorry about that. I needed to take a brief moment there to get things set up here. So what I'm going to do now is just quickly go over and do some readings for all of you, starting with the sign of Sagittarius. Move these crystals out of the way. So we're just going to pull a few cards as I go through and discuss where this is all happening for each sign. For the sign of Sagittarius, it's happening in your first house. So you, Sagittarius, may have felt emotional today because, you know, like I said, I was crying a lot because it's in my first house here in Seattle. And I think that some Sagittariuses may have experienced some tears today. Might have been. And it, you know, it was a solar eclipse, so it was really very heavy moon, right? Really, the sun was eclipsed by the moon. So if there were any emotions that wanted to come out, I mean, today would have been the day, right? This was that day. So some of you may have experienced that where, you know, it might have been a little emotional today. I want you to pay attention or think back on how things progress for you on December 4th, because that's going to really dictate, sort of, how things are going to progress over the next 2 weeks, because this affects 2 weeks of your life. Remember that. A lot of people think, oh, it's just during that new moon or that full moon, but no, it's a 2-week experience. Okay, so remember that. This is particularly strong for Sagittarius because it was a new moon in Sagittarius. This is your restart of the year, Sagittarius. This is your restart of the year. So let's talk about where what the cards say, okay? So the first card I got was the King of Cups. King of Cups, and that's an emotional king. If you're a male, you might be very emotional, or you might be dealing with a male who's very emotional, or it might just be that you're dealing with that masculine, feminine, or, you know, like getting in touch with your emotions and just really discussing those emotions. Next is the Six of Coins, the give, the get card. The more you give, the more you get. The more you give out, the more that comes back. And I think maybe this might be about emotions. Like the more you give the emotions, the more you'll get back emotions. And coins traditionally is money, and it may apply there. The more you give out some money, the more you get back money. And next was the Hangman. And, you know, this could be Saggy. I swear I did a reading for a young man named Brian who's a Saggy who had very similar cards. So it just threw me off for a moment. Like, wow, they really wanted him to hear that message about the King of Cups and the Hangman. But this Hangman may be about you just, you know, really taking time to study, to pray, to meditate, to get in alignment with what it is you really want to do and really get centered right now. Because here is the Ace of Cups. And this is really about you getting your emotional fulfillment. I really believe some Sagittariuses are going to be able to get their emotional fulfillment. Because remember that you're at a restart, a reboot, right? And right after it is the Ace of Coins. I think, especially since I see two aces here, some of you might be looking at getting a restart in finances. So if you're looking at getting any opportunities to work with someone, maybe make a small investment to get into something that could make you more money, then by all means do that. Because I could see where you can get your emotional fulfillment and your finances fixed. And I think that some of you guys have been really worried. Here's the Five of Cups in your drink. Really worried about your finances. Worried whether or not you have enough. Or, you know, if you're going to be able to be emotionally fulfilled or happy again. But I think it's coming quickly. The Knight of Swords right here in the current position. I think you might feel like it's a battle. You might have to battle, right, to win. But it's coming quickly. I want you to understand that. And if you have to fight to get it, then fight to get it. But don't give up. I think some Sagittarius with the Six of Cups here have been looking back. Maybe looking back on when you thought things were good, when you thought things were at their best, when you thought you were happy. And so you're looking back on that. But look, you've got the Nine of Cups here. And I think that if you really put your emphasis into making something real and tangible in the noun, instead of looking back and worrying about woe is me, what I lost, I want you to embrace what you're capable of achieving now. And maybe you're not aware of what you're capable of now because of what you've experienced in the past. But you got to let that go, because and get out of your head, by the way. I think you can even bring in romance with this Nine of Cups, and it ends on the Chariot. This is victory coming in, complete victory, coming in quickly, by the way. And maybe with a Cancer, I'm not sure. Could be. But I can see complete victory coming in. On the bottom of the deck, Four of Staffs. How beautiful. The Four of Staffs is indicative of just having your emotional fulfillment. Being happy when your home life. Being happy with your family. Being happy with where you are in life. It's a really good card to get, especially if you're someone who's been through something and you didn't feel like you were going to be able to get your emotional fulfillment. It's nice to know that it's the potential for you getting it is there. And you have two sixes. I believe this is you getting help from outside sources. I'm trying to remember. Look up two sixes, because I always seem to get this wrong. I think this one might be about, you might be in a relationship. It might not be that great yet, but it could be. So be open to things like that as well. And you have the Hangman and the Chariot saying, hey, be patient. Meditate and pray, because you're going to win. Be patient. It's coming, okay? Sagittarius, you've got something good coming. And with this all happening in your first house the way it did, I really believe you've got this chance to start over, to start new, to refresh, to start a new chapter and let the old chapter go. If you've been telling yourself, I'm poor, or I can't do it, or I can't win, then you're going to continue getting that. It's time to start telling yourself, I can win. I am victorious. I am the winner. I am successful. I am going to survive. I am going to make it. This is my new opportunity. I'm taking this new opportunity. I'm moving forward with my greatest dreams, my greatest expression, my greatest desires. Sagittarius, this is your time. So take this time to reboot, renew, regenerate, and go toward your dreams, Saggy, so that you can win. All right? Much love to you, Sagittarius, and happy new moon to you. So I'm moving on to the very next sign, which is my sign, the Capricorn sign. For my Capricorn brothers and sisters out there, the Cappies, we are going to see, a bunch of cards came out, and Lord, they got a story to tell, and I got to tell the story, because it all wanted to come out. I couldn't put it back in. Oh, man. It is talking specifically to us. Oh, Capricorns. My Capricorn. My Capricorn. My Capricorn. My Capricorn. Capricorn. My Capricorn. Capricorn. Oh, Cappy. Let's see. Any extra cards? Or is it just going to end right there? I'm trying to get an extra card, and it ain't trying to give me nothing like that. So I'm going to stop right here. So this is what we got, Capricorn. Let's talk about it. First card is a Judgment card. Capricorn, what have you been going through? I think some Capricorns have been going through a little something. don't know exactly what it is, right? And but I do sense that you've been going through something. Sorry about that, you guys. I need to look up something, and I'm afraid that the system I'm using is going to have y'all seeing it all what I got to do. But I have to look this up. So it's probably going to show it, but I need to show it anyway. So sorry. I already see something, and I want to see what this is because I can't remember. I didn't want to show it to you, but I don't think I have a choice here. I want to just investigate something. Just investigating, and then I'll just want to make sure before I even get started. Okay, that's the one. Okay. Let me see what the 2 6s were. Yep, that was what it was. The special relationship. That's not amazing yet. Sorry, you guys. I just had to stop because in this reading I just saw, and I don't want to foretell, but you got 2 3s in this reading, and we're going to talk about that, okay? So Capricorns, it starts on Judgment. It starts on Judgment. And I know when I see the Judgment card, it tells me that you're at the tail end of something. Something's ending. Something that you've been involved in, something that you might have been dealing with. Maybe it's been a bad relationship, or not having enough money, or working on a project, or something, maybe your health. Whatever it is, it's ending because a judgment is being made. A final judgment is coming. And on top of that is the 4 of Staves. I love the 4 of Staves. I just seen the 4 of Staves. The 4 of Staves is a wonderful card. It is celebrating. It's like celebrating with your family. Celebrating your happiness. Celebrating your joy. Celebrating in your home. Maybe you're doing something about your home that you're celebrating. But it is emotional fulfillment. It's feeling fulfilled. And next you have the 6 of Staves. And that is one of my favorite cards. That's like having complete fame and fortune and victory. It's winning. It's winning over your competition. And maybe that is your judgment, that you're going to win, that you're going to be victorious. Next is the Hermit card. And I always think of Sag. It's a 9 card. Or in that Sagittarius season right now. And maybe it is you'll be victorious when you learn, when you educate yourself, when you prepare, when you take the time to study and to get ready for things. That's when you'll win. And next is the 3 of Cups. I love that you had the 4 of Staves and the 3 of Cups. Both of those cards are indicative that after you've been through something, after you might have even suffered, you will win in the end. I think you'll especially win if you deal with other people that can help you win. But look, there's the 3 of Swords. So I think some Capricorns have felt stabbed in the heart. I think you've been let down. Someone stabbed you in the heart. Maybe someone cheated on you. They broke your heart. You know what I mean? And you're recovering from that. Some Capricorns are doing that. And here in the current position is the Devil. So I believe it's so. I mean, there you are, right there in your own reading, Capricorn. With the 3 of Swords, and then the 3. First it was the 3 of Cups, the 3 of Swords, then the Devil, and then the Death card right after it, the Death card. And I think the Death card is like it's the end of it. Whatever this is, whatever happened to make you feel stabbed in the heart, that broke your heart, that made you feel unloved, unwanted, left out, whatever it was, this is ending. I believe this is what's happening. Here's the King of Swords. If you're dealing with a Gemini, a Libra, an Aquarius, they are the kind of people that they want to get all the information. Maybe they're ending something. That could be that. Or maybe you're gathering the information so that you can end something once and for all. It ends on the 7 of Staves. So it's saying to have integrity, to have fortitude. Don't give up. And on the bottom of the deck, I love it. Don't give up, Capricorn, because you win, Capricorn. You got the sun on the bottom of the deck. After all that you've been through, that's the judgment. The judgment is that you win. The judgment is that if you have integrity, if you hang in there, it doesn't matter who stabbed you in the heart, who tried to break you and shake you and take you down. It doesn't matter what they try to do, because they don't win. You win. You are going to win. You are going to be victorious, and nothing is going to stop you, Capricorn. You had, you had the 6, the 7 of staves, the 6 of staves, the 4 of staves. You're going to win. I want you to understand this, and because this is your judgment, you had 4 major arcana in this reading, one of which was you, Capricorn. You had the Judgment, the Hermit, the Devil, and Death. And I think that the Judgment is that when you learn, first of all, we reap what we sow. We all know that. But I think you're at the tail end of it. Maybe you've been waiting for this judgment for a long time. And you've been preparing yourself. You've been educating yourself. You've been readying yourself. And hopefully you've been following your passions, Capricorn. And I believe this is going to lead to an ending. It's going to lead to the death of something. Maybe it's going to lead to the death of your suffering. Or if you've been poor or in poverty, it'll lead to the end of that. I can feel myself wheezing. I don't know what that's about. But congratulations, Capricorn, because this is all happening in your 12th house. So whatever is going on over the next 2 weeks, remember, it's happening in secret. It's happening in the dark. It's happening behind the scenes in the administrative way. Like, people may not see that you are the boss, that you are the power behind the throne. But I think over the next 2 weeks, you will indeed be the power behind the throne. And just know that, that some of what's going on can't be seen, can't be measured, because it's spiritual with the 12th house. You'll get a lot of ideas from your sleep, from your dreams, from your imagination, and get lots of rest and sleep over the next couple of weeks, okay? All right, much love to you, Capricorn. So let's move on to the very next sign, which is the sign of Aquarius. The sign of Aquarius. Oh, a couple of cards came out, but I won't take them because there's too many and I caught them before they fell on the floor. So let's see what we're going to be sharing with the sign of Aquarius. 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 Show me clearly what to share with the wonderful, amazing sign of Aquarius. What are we sharing with Aquarius? Show me clearly the special messages to share with Aquarius. As you see, I'm going and doing really quick readings tonight. Nothing fancy, nothing too in-depth. Just some general readings to give you guys an idea what the potential could be coming up for the next 2 weeks for you, right? So this is what I got for Aquarius. The first card I got, Aquarius, is the Two of Staves. So I think some Aquariuses are making decisions. I think you've got choices. Like, you might be at a crossroads, not knowing which direction to go with the Two of Staves. Should I go left? Should I go right? Should I go up? Should I go down? You've got choices here. Just make sure you're making the right choice, and you're making it based on what it is you truly desire. Here's the 7 of Coins. I do sense that you're juggling, that you are maybe juggling several opportunities, say, to make money even. And so you're dealing with that. Just struggling with that. And here's the 9 of Cups right after it. I sense that you could have some success. You could be actually victorious here. I want to caution you about being so into yourself that you don't see anything else outside of yourself. Because sometimes the 9 of Cups does that. They pull in. But I can see where you can have some romance success. You can have some, victory type of thing. Here's the King of Staffs next. Maybe you're dealing with a Leo, Aquarius. That's your natural partner. Or a Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a Sag. Or even an Aries. They all flow with Aquarius. So this King of Staffs could be someone you're truly dealing with. And with the Page of Cups right after it, maybe you're getting an emotional offer from a King of Staffs. Maybe a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius is making an emotional offer to some Aquariuses. Or communicating, right? And here is the Seven of Staffs there. This is about having integrity and fortitude and hanging in there when the going gets tough. Like sometimes it feels like you just can't win the fight. No matter what you do, you can't win. And you want to give up because it feels so hard. And you might be in that predicament right now where you just want to give up. But you have the Three of Coins in the current position. So I feel like you have this potential to learn something new, a new way of doing something that is going to lead to your success. It's like learning a new skill, maybe meeting new people in new classes or something. Whatever it is, something is ending with the Tower. I feel like something you were building for a while may have ended, whether that's your relationship, whether that's a certain way of making money, and now you've got to learn a new way of doing things because of some reason or another that it all kind of, the Tower's coming through. Here's the Four of Cups. I can see whatever it is you're salty about it with the Four of Cups. It's the salty card. Like, whatever this is, it's like messing up your deal. Like, you might have had it all worked out so that you could make money a certain way or do things a certain way, and it worked for you. And now here comes in something, some regulation, something that, all makes it come crashing down, and you're salty about it. You're upset about it. But look, it ends on the Ace of Staffs. And that tells me without a doubt that if you really do master learning something new, being creative, adding something new and creative into what you do, you are going to be successful. Because this is I got a new idea card, right? This new way of doing something is bound to lead to your success. So, that's a great thing. And you had 2 sevens in the reading, which tells me that, God, the angels, your guardian angels, they're on your side. They're rooting you on. They're protecting you. And you only had one major arcana. Aquarius, the only major arcana was the Tower. I mean, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but when I see that Tower, Aquarius, that just tells me something's ending and it's time for it to end so you can start over. And on the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Swords. There you are, Aquarius. There you are, the Queen of Swords, especially if you're a female, coming out to show that you are still in power and you are still in control. And I love that, okay? Don't let that Tower fool you with the Ace of Staffs and the Queen of Swords, the King of Staffs in that reading. I think you got something good coming your way, especially if you really are dealing with an Aries, a Sag, a Leo, one of those fire signs. It really lead to something nice. So let's see what and by the way, Aquarius, this is all happening in your 11th house. And because Sagittarius is Aquarius's 11th house. And that just tells me that wherever this is taking place, that it's probably going to end up affecting your friendships. Like maybe it's going to be groups and clubs and organizations. Maybe it's something on Facebook or something like that. Or something that's affecting you because of friends that you know or something like that, okay? All right. Also, it could affect your hopes, dreams, and wishes. So make sure you go for your hopes, dreams, and wishes. All right. Okay. So let's move on to the next sign, which is the sign of Pisces. Let's see what we're going to tell the sign of Pisces. I've been shuffling now for a couple of moments, so we'll see. Oh, I really wanted to come out for Pisces. Let's see here. What's that? Wow. Okay, Pisces. Okay, let's see. Oh, man. Okay. We had a couple of cards come out. It's just because it wanted that to be in the current position. Isn't that amazing? I love it. Ooh, Pisces. What is going on? What is that? Oh, and this came right out of my hand. So I'm taking it. It was actually 3 cards, but I'm taking it. Okay, I got that message. I could see where it ended, no matter what. Okay, give me a second. I had to get some tea, you guys. So, look, it starts with the 4 cups. You're another one, Pisces. I feel like you've been salty. I don't know if it's like you haven't gotten what it is that you want, what you desire, and so you've been a little bit upset over that. But I sense that some Pisces have not been happy about everything. Maybe drinking a little bit too much, with the 4 cups being the first card. But then it was followed by the 6 of staves. So I feel like whatever is going on, and you might be wary, you're going to win. Like, this is you being in the spotlight. This is you winning. This is you being victorious over any competitor. I know you've been worried about it because Pisces like to worry, but I do sense you're going to win. And this is because the Chariot is right after that. And the Chariot is victory coming in quickly. And it's a Cancer, so you might be dealing with a Cancer. Right after it is a Capricorn. And here's the Justice card. So look, Pisces, I don't know if it's a situation where you might be dealing with a Capricorn or a Cancer. And I just sense that a Capricorn and a Cancer are involved. And you are the Pisces. So, you know, the Capricorn and Cancer are natural partners. So if you're with a Capricorn, they could be messing with a Cancer. Or if you're with a Cancer, they could be messing with a Capricorn. And it might make you feel like you're the third wheel, even if you're married to that person. Here's the Justice card right after it. So I feel like whatever is going on here, we reap what we sow, right? This is all going to be weighed out. The justice scales are going to be weighed. Whatever is going on. If you are in a situation like that, and you got a Cancer man who keeps cheating with a Capricorn, or a Capricorn man or woman who keeps cheating with a Cancer, the scales of justice are going to be weighed on this issue, so know that. And here's the Knight of Swords. Yeah, there's a battle even, I sense, going on here with this. I mean, whatever's going on, I feel like it's going to be resolved quickly, and maybe a fight even. I hate to say that, but maybe. And it might just be the communication or an aggressive text. I don't know. Be careful. In the current position is the Emperor. So this could be an Aries, or it could just be that, you know, someone's got to be the leader. Someone's got to be the boss. Someone's got to take control of the situation. Someone's got to make the executive order. Is that going to be you, Pisces? Or are you going to leave that up to the other parties? Because next is the Ten of Swords, and I do sense that some Pisces might be hesitating because maybe you got stabbed in the back. I mean, look, if I get stabbed in the back and I get a Ten of Swords, I would be a little scared to act too. But I sense that it is going to be time for you to act soon. And like you can let go of this pain of whatever you experience. Next is the Seven of Staves. It's telling you to have integrity, to have fortitude, to don't give up, to don't cave in. Because the next card is the Six of Swords, telling me you're going to be moving away from this situation, from this Ten of Swords in your back. Maybe you're just moving away from it energetically, like mentally and spiritually and psychically. You might actually physically be moving away from whoever or whatever has caused you problems. And next is the Eight of Cups. And that is exactly what the Eight of Cups is. The Eight of Cups is walking away from what no longer serves you. Like if you're with someone and they have been treating you like dirt, you know what you got to do, right? You you gotta put yourself first. And the Eight of Cups reminds us to put ourselves first. If someone's really been just not treating you with respect, you might feel that it is time to walk away from that to get your self-respect back. And there is the Nine of Cups. You know, a lot of times when I see the Nine of Cups, I'm like, oh, they're into themselves. In your reading, I'm going to say this Nine of Cups at the end was a miracle, because it's saying, I'm going to love and respect me. I'm going to walk away from the BS, and I'm going to put myself first. And on the bottom of the deck, the King of Cups. I'm telling you, this is amazing, Pisces. Amazing. Maybe this is what you're supposed to do, is walk away from the BS. Let it go. It's a TKO. Let it go. It's a TKO. Don't go and stay in that pain if you don't have to. Sometimes we will stay in something when we know darn right it ain't right. It ain't right. It's not good enough, right? And if it leaves you where you're crying and feeling sad and feeling that somebody ain't putting you first, or they putting somebody over you, you know you're not happy with it. I will say this, it had 2 6s, and that tells me that, you know, you might be in a special relationship. It's not great yet. It might never get great. There could be some cheating and some infidelity, just like the card said, going on. So just know that. You had you had 4 major arcana. You had the Chariot, the Devil, the Justice card, and the Emperor. And that is a Cancer, a Capricorn, the Justice card, and an Aries. So I don't know. The only thing missing there is the Libra. That is the Libra. Justice is the Libra. Basically, you have like the 4 corners here. The cardinal square. And I wonder if this tells me that some Pisces might be facing a cardinal square type of situation where you feel blocked at every turn. You might just be dealing with, you know, an Aries, a Libra, a Capricorn, or a Cancer. But it could just be victory comes in when you pursue your passions and you reap what you sow. And that's going to lead to you being in charge, being the boss, and being on top of your game. That could definitely be one way to look at this, with the King of Cups sitting on the bottom. Okay? And for you, Pisces, this is all happening the next 2 weeks, occurring in your 10th house of career. So all of this could be happening in your career. I said the cardinal squares, didn't I? That's, you know, the cardinal squares, that's the 10th house is the pinnacle, the career. The 1st house is the self. The 4th house is the home or the family. And the 7th house is the relationships or the partner. And those are the issues I think you'll be dealing with. But the fact that Pisces is this whole Sagittarius new moon is happening in your solar 10th house, Pisces. So I do believe, especially career concerns, may really be at the top of your mind over the next 2 weeks. Good luck, Pisces. So let's move on to the next sign. And that is the sign of Aries. Aries. Let's see what we're going to tell Aries tonight. Let's see what we got for Aries. Aries. One more. I like to get them good and shuffle, because I don't want the same cards that keep coming out, right? So let's see what Divine Spirit wants to share with the sign of Aries. I can't believe that was the first card. Wait till I tell y'all what it was. I love it when the cards are speaking to me and to the people who are listening, because that is telling a message that some Aries out there really needs to hear this message. I can tell you that. So we got this going on. This came out with it, though. All right. And now we got that. Oh, look at that. Let's see. What else are we telling Aries? Show me clearly what we're sharing with the sign of Aries. Show me clearly what we're sharing with Aries. Show me clearly. We're sharing with Aries. I was just going to ask for 2 cards, and it gave me 2 cards. So here we go, Aries. First card, the Fool. There you are. You showed up in your own reading as the first card. And I love that. I love that you were the first card. I feel like if Aries, if you've been holding back on anything, not pursuing something, not feeling sure about something, I feel like this is telling you to go for it, to pursue whatever this is. Step on a limb. Go for the gusto. Don't be afraid. This is your time to go for it. Next was the Queen of Cups. Maybe you're dealing with a water sign, Aries, maybe a Cancer, a Pisces, a Scorpio, or maybe you're emotional, or you know an emotional female. That could be. I see the 4 of Cups next, and that is what I call the salty card. You could be salty over not getting something that you really thought you should be getting. But whatever you do, remember to give to get with the 6 of Coins. When you give, you get back. So it's important to always remember to give. Don't just sit there expecting to be given things without giving anything in return. And here's the 8 of Coins. I'm thinking if you are working on something new, a new project, a new way of doing things, a new job even, an education, being in school, any of those things, the 8 of Coins is indicative that it could bring you in more money and more wealth. So this is definitely a potential here. There's the Knight of Coins right after it. You definitely are getting that offer of that extra money. And maybe this is going to put an end to whatever you've been through. Because in the current position is the 6 of Swords telling me you're moving away from whatever you've been dealing with. Moving away from what's not serving you and moving towards your, what you really want, what you desire. And here next is the Magician. I love that because it lets me know that you've got all the tools you need, Aries. All the tools you need to be victorious. All the tools you need to win. And that is beautiful. And next is the 5 of Coins, Aries. The 5 of Coins. And, maybe you've been in your drink, maybe, or just feeling really down about money and about taking care of things. Maybe not sure if you have enough finances or wealth or whatever it is. But I feel like you've got this, Aries. I mean, you do. It ends on the 4 of Staves. I feel like, especially if this has been about not having enough in the home or in the family, that this is really going to be taken care of because you had 2 6s, 2 4s here. I really believe that you're going to be taken care of and that this is the end of that. Like you may have been through something, but it's ending. I really do believe that, especially if you take the time to learn a new skill, a new way of doing things, and, stop worrying over that money and start learning how to make the money. And just realize you only had 2 major arcana. You had the Fool and the Magician. That's take a chance because you have all the tools you need to win. Remember that. On the bottom of the deck is the 10 of Staves. I feel like some Aries really feel like you've been working so hard. You might feel like you don't have everything you need to win. But just know that you do. You do have all the tools you need to win. And know, Aries, that this is all happening in your 9th house. Some Aries could be literally traveling. I know we have the 6 in this. Maybe you really are literally traveling, Aries. It is the holidays. So some Aries might be doing that. But it could also just mean that you're learning something new. And it does indicate that with the 8 of Coins. And the 6 of Swords is the traveling. Just remember to give to get. Enjoy your family. And don't be salty over what you don't have. Be happy for what you do have. And look for the miracles in every little thing. Much love and light to you, Aries, okay? So, you guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back with the signs of Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, and Libra, and Scorpio. I've got a lot to go yet. But I need to take a break because I am sweating. So I'll be back soon. Astrology, a look inside. Presenting astrology and tarot readings for all.